Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Goes underneath for Bell. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. It's Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now Roethlisberger on first down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there at 22. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes it.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Leopard! All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. Blue landed.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Detroit!
Now Jackson on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now it's Jackson. Steps away. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
Antonio Brown, AB, with just one hand to complete that catch. Is there anything he can't do?
He has just continued to impress year after year, hasn't he?
He has never forgotten that he wasn't considered an elite receiver coming out of college. I think every snap he takes it upon himself to prove that he should have been. The best thing that ever happened to Mario Edwards Jr., in my estimation, was moving from defensive end into defensive tackle.
Why is that?
I think he had such good size, but his quickness now is overwhelming when he works inside against guards and centers. And that allows him to make...
Looking for Crabtree, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Crabtree, the intended receiver.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Antonio Brown, 27 yards. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Dawson tacks on the point after, and it's now a 7-0 game. The punter Kaiser now out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Leopard! Blue, Leopard! Blue, Leopard! Leopard!
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaq Thompson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. Back deep, Antonio Brown. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And here now come the Falcons. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage and mixed traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Foxborough after this.
Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Will Fuller, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Parkey with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. A beautiful fake. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney! Detroit!
After the interception, here's Jackson. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And Parkey's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. And incomplete on the deep ball. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Champ Bailey. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On second down, here's Jackson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Throwing is Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 48, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Leopard! Leopard! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On second down, Jackson rolling to his right. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go!
3rd and 2, here's Jackson. And Ingram holds it in. Touchdown, Falcons! Evan Ingram, 34 yards. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And that is incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Now Roethlisberger, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Now Brown. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time as... They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. They get it to him running left. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Lamar Jackson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Shedding the tackle. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
It's caught left side by Cooks. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the shot.
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. 20. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow...
And it's caught. Touchdown. Jay from 6 yards away. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. And this now 3rd and 11 after that second down completion actually went back a yard. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Jackson now on third down. And this one is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Roethlisberger. Incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. And if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Going to Rawls on the dump-off. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. They'll toss it to Ajayi. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. They run again with Ajayi. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The Falcons on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. And they run with a backup. This is Thomas Rawls. And a minimum gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Hey, let's go! Wait, 20! Help you!
Vic on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On third down, Vic. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Ajayi. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! Watch it now, boy!
From the gun, it's Jackson. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Gone! 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 Leopard! Leopard!
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Carlos Dunlap in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Watch 84. Watch 84. He's going.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again, Vic on 2nd and 10. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, Vic out of the gun. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Right 90, right 20.
They run for it with a giant. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I tell you, on 4th and 1, when you're way back on your side of the field, I thought this might just be an attempt to draw them off and get the 1st down that way. But they were going for it the whole time, and they wind up getting it.
On 1st and 10, here's Vic. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Telvin Smith coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's L.A. with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now a 2nd down throw for Vic. Over the middle, complete. It's Graham. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Vic on 3rd and 2. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. This is Ajayi. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. First down, this is Rawls. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and they ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
White 20, white 90.
So here's Vic following the interception. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2nd down, Vic. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
White 20, white 90.
From the shotgun, it's Vic. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
With it is Brown. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! Hey! Four down.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They set up the screen to Ajayi. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Champ Bailey. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes the playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
90, 20.
A 2nd down throw for Vic. He's going to look deep down the field, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks, as the first half is winding down, and his guys are able to strike for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And an alley to run. Space to maneuver at the 40. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So out come the Falcons now. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with him. Guys.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Bruce Smith in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And he he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 26. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
90, like 20.
Here's Ajayi. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick being chased out left. Now Vick stripped. He lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brian Poole. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, I think it's safe to say that the third quarter's not been a whole lot of fun for him. A couple of interceptions thrown. He seems to be a different man here in the second half.
A first down throw coming for Vick. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They just get the play off. Now Vick. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Forced out to his left. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's Brad Wing now as he's on to punt for L.A. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's Steve McClendon that time who winds up getting him down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
On
second down, Jackson. Flush to his right. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. From the gun, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And it's complete. Thomas Rawls. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Dancing to his left. Man open left side is Brown. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
To throw on second down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he's got some space here. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Antonio Brown, 31 yards. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This will be taken very short. Nifty move. And now running right through it. And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
They'll begin the drive with a J. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about. And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Jackson on first down. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
Detroit!
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson flushed out right. And some room to work. The ball comes out. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or has moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They run with Ajayi. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Despite the late lead, Vic's going to throw. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. The offense on 3rd down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Vic to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Gone!
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for Crabtree that time, and it's third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Rob Woodson, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Now it's a Giant, and he'll take this one down to the 36. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. Now, I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
Here's Brad Wing now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last. Happen, possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it from here for Charles Davis and the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com/Madden. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, let's go!
Vic operating on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moss. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. Here's Michael Vick. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And here now come the Falcons.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on. Hey, we got four. We got four now.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. DeAndre Hopkins, 46 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense about ready to take over again.
Quick.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Vick. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a 2nd down throw for Vick. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. On play action, Vick going for the deep ball. And this is caught at the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. He may try and run for this. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill from 4 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, Wilson. Able to shake him off. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. DeForest Buckner with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Play action. It's Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. Room here to run. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Falcons are in for 6. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
That one goes for 24 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. And Josh Hill has it. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. 1:57 to go in this first half. More from Cleveland after this. From the red zone now, Vic. His throw incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A second down throw for Vic. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Vic. And it's caught. Touchdown. Terrell Owens, a 20-yard touchdown. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
In a very familiar sight, T.O. in the end zone. How about 3 different seasons he led the NFL in receiving touchdowns, and is the only player in NFL history to score a touchdown against all 32 NFL teams. And even crazier, he had at least 2 touchdowns against every team.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play...
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Going deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They go play action with Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Vick will look to throw on first down. And that's caught inside the 30. And touchdown! Michael Vick, his third touchdown pass of this first half. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
That appeared like any routine NFL quarterback, but it was Michael Vick from the pocket, throws a touchdown pass. I just think about the transformation throughout his career. From Atlanta, where he would take off and go at just about the drop of a hat and turn defenses into mush. And then by the end of his career in Philadelphia, where he completed pass like we just saw from the pocket, yet still had those great legs, when necessary, they helped get him out of trouble.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Second and 10 now, Wilson. Forced out to his left. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On second down, here's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Melvin Ingram. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Working out of the gun, Michael Vick. He gets it to Brown, complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Michael Vick. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Wilson. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A give to McCoy. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. A first down throw coming for Vick. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Michael Vick, escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Oh, he cannot get away. Down goes Vick. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They will indeed go for it. Vick dancing to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll roll him out right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On second down, it's McCoy. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
14.
To throw is Wilson. To throw on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And this one is no good. He missed it. And we're back now here in Cleveland. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Let's go. Eagle.
Vic operating on first down. Steps away to his left. And caught left side, Olsen. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again, Vic on 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Vic, 3rd and goal. Now he's flushed out right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Terrell Owens, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now Wilson on 1st down. And this is incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And down right around the 37. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 1st down, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
One last shot for Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Past the 20. He is going to find Hill here.